Ladies and gentlemen, after a humongous break from me, I am finally back presenting this championship. Welcome back to Formula Studio Grand Prix. And this championship has been evolved so much over the last few weeks I've been gone, and it's so excited to be back. And of course, I can't do the streams without my fellow colleague Ethan Mills. Say hello.
Hello.
And yeah, I'm very, very excited to be back. Unfortunately, some other stuff has gone around. I'm managing my own community, as you guys would have known if you watch the stream right now, managing my own community and stuff like that. But I'm just so glad to finally be back commentating on this lovely championship, which I adore so much. And I'm very, very excited that I've been able to come back and commentate around the tempo of speed, the creme de la creme of motorsports in general, the third purpose-built circuit in the history of motorsport, the oldest circuit still running. Of course, that can only be one place, and it's Monza. 80% of the lap in real life is full throttle, and I think we might see 100%. I think we'll probably see less full throttle than in real life, but otherwise, it's great that we can be able to race here on this mini version of the circuit. And yeah, so I think we should get into the championship standings any minute now. Let me just get them.
As we can see the championship standings, Ven, would you like to cover them as your race is back?
Yes, of course I would like to, because I keep a close eye on the championship, even though I haven't been available. But as you guys can see, we got Fulvio Felix in the lead after 14 races of his record. He is currently P1 with 281 points and 5 race victories, which is very, very good. Then we got the driver, which has had an amazing back half of the season so far. The European Tour, he's hopefully going to go excellent for him before we head into the Asian and Middle Eastern part of the championship. We've got Jason Milano of EP2 with 264 points. A race victory here tonight in a Phoenix no-show could potentially put him in the lead of the championship. Then we've got Guus van Dommelen, a man who's now more busy practicing guitar than practicing for these races, which is absolutely shameful of him. But I hope his band is doing well otherwise. Then in 4th place we got Samuel Ivanov, a driver which haven't seen appearing in a very long time. He has said in public statements that he doesn't like the car, so he would prefer to be on the sidelines watching rather than doing the races here in Formula Students, which is very unfortunate. We've got 5th, a man who will be racing tonight, the Spanish stallion Juan, and the only Juan in P5 with 91 points. I mean, a point scoring, and he will be best of the rest. That's all he needs to do. Then we go Cadillac Crafter, a man who has been on an amazing form recently. 2 podiums, I think, for him overall in the last few weeks, and he just does an incredible job. From Silverstone to now, the man has had incredible form, and right now he's on holiday in Germany. Hopefully you're watching, mate. But if you are, I would like to tell that you had a very good run in the championship. Then we're gonna do a quick speed run for the rest of the drivers. Brendan PSCP7, the American, is doing very, very good representing his home country. Then we've got Antonio Carrera, Lozi, Nassim P10. Unfortunately, Nassim will definitely be looking to bounce back at this circuit, which I think he did a very, very well last season. And that's your top 10. And we're gonna quickly run down the standings as well. Up to P15, then we've got Rafael Oliveira, my favorite midfield driver, David Otfero, Malte Sic, Ethan Mills, my fellow commentator, and Thomas Kine in P15. And that's your grid, and that's your championship pool. That was the front now, as we're gonna jump to practice any minute now.
here we are as the cars going around the historic track of Monza.
Indeed they are, and it's lovely to see them, of course, running around this beautiful circuit. I wish we could have used the banking today, but hopefully that'll be for future installments. And as you guys can see, drivers right now, we got 8 drivers actually on the grid as of right now, which is kind of worrying considering the last time I raced there was a lot more interest, but I guess so be it, you know. But yeah, it's lovely to be big here in the commentary box. And walking up to the grid today, it was very sunny. You had to definitely bring sunscreen if you're British to the circuit. And yeah, it was lovely. The weather is lovely, and hopefully the Tifosi can enjoy a victory from one of the actually we don't have Italian drivers here today, don't we?
No, I'm not sure we do.
No, we don't. So there's something the first kitchen. Actually, there were some drivers who picked the Ferrari custom skin for speech. By the way, we should probably let you know that if you don't aware, I think SGP has secretly added the Formula 1 skins to the SGP platform, but you can't download them for some reason. I'm not sure how they're available to be picked in these cars, but it's great that they're available anyway. That we can use officially licensed liveries. I mean, probably the sponsors will hate us, the real life sponsors, of course, but at least it's cool to see them in game as we got on board here some of the drivers, and it's lovely to be here. It definitely is lovely, and yeah, it's definitely looking very, very lovely. As we got a number of loads who just pulls off at Lesmo 1. By the way, if you don't know the corner names by heart at the circuit, I will be very, very disappointed. Oh, that was the big jump of the curb! My man was playing Curb Space Program. Very clever pun of me there. Through that curve there, and definitely careful as we have a faster car approaching behind, and Jason currently is definitely starting his dominance over there. Just look at how confident he's in the car. Jason is one. Is Jason the Formula Studio car? This version of it is yin and yang. It just goes together. Like you can't just stop it, and it's a pleasure to see. As Fulvio Felix, look, they're driving at the same level. You feel like from on the outside, but somehow Jason is 5 tenths fast. Look at Ascari's flat. That's Ascari. That's the Ascari chicane flat. That's incredible. That Ascari's flat. I think one day it will be flat eventually in real life. So yeah, I mean, in real life, what is it? It's probably a 6-gear corner now, isn't it? It's not even 5th in real life.
The Parabolica is I'm not sure. At least in last year's car, they didn't have to brake, and that's why they got rid of DRS after Ascari, because they didn't have to brake into Parabolica.
That's incredible. That shows you how much downforce the cars have. You know, people say that the new rakes have less. It's kind of true, but at the same time, the cars are basically on par with the last year's specs, which is incredible to think. They managed to shave quote-unquote dirty year off, but is it really gone? We will never know. And yeah, it's lovely that we are racing here. Fulvio Phoenix is the championship leader this round.
As we go over some little quirks about the Monza track, it is actually 100 years since it opened this month. Yep,
it's incredible to think that in 2022 this circuit was open, and of course I think it's just incredible to think that this circuit is still running. I mean, I think one of the first circuits was actually also Donington, I believe it opened up in 1930 something.
That doesn't sound too far from being true, but the track is 3.6 miles long in real life, 5.7 kilometers, 11 turns. A race lap around this track is around a 1 minute 21 apparently. Oh no, the record is a 1:21.0 race lap record set by Rubens Barrichello in the Ferrari F2004 with an average speed of 257 kilometers an hour. 160 mile an hour for my British friends.
Yeah, that's insane to think about. Oh, the scene just straight in the barrier. Hopefully he doesn't have a what was the thing that happened?
Appendicitis.
Appendicitis after that crash. I'm not sure how he get there after the crash. Welcome to biology with Ben. Yeah, actually, there he is! The Ferrari! We've got a Ferrari on the grid! It will be a shame for Ferrari. It's Alex Ferdinand again, who will get a 10-second grid penalty after that performance. Yeah, the first you have somebody to cheer on here. And what is Alex doing, man? Come on, pick it up. But yeah, the first we have somebody to cheer on, at least today, and it's lovely to see that. And yeah, so we have Jason Milano 3/10 quicker than Fulvio Phoenix. I think it will be a 2-horse race for pole position and race victory.
He's almost a second faster than Nissan.
Yeah, it's lovely to be.
Goose just doesn't quite seem to have the pace this weekend, it seems.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, it's great to see though the list of the drivers turn up, which is good. Losi, you know, comebacking because he made his comeback here today at the Italian Grand Prix. And yeah, it's lovely to be here again. Like I told you, it's great to be back in the commentary box. Unfortunately, like I told you, I've been to the stream. I've been having some personal stuff to deal with. That was a very raunchy overtake through the chicane. Don't want it done too. Yeah, it's great. Brandon Pierce goes for Scary. Flying these cars, by the way. I already mentioned that, but I need to bring it up again because that's just insane. It's just a flick. It's just flick out. You know, it's just insane to think about. And yeah, that's what makes it so much fun. But I think that second chicane is honestly, out of all the GPK tracks I've driven, that is probably the hardest scorer to get right consistently. I genuinely think.
I haven't actually driven this track in these cars, so I'm not quite sure. I drove the first couple of tracks, but I've just been too busy recently to get practice in before the races. And I was looking into it, and the banking for the oval is about around 30 degrees, which quite steep for an oval banking.
You know.
Not for an
did
oval
you
banking,
watch?
but for a Formula 1 bank corner.
Yeah. Did you watch Ninja? I forgot the Ninja show where they had a challenge where you had to climb over like an angled wall. That's what the angle of the wall is. You know, basically. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, I had a great show. Watching it on TV, and I'm pretty sure. Oh, Ninja Warrior, that was the show called. Sorry, a Ninja Warrior. Yeah, if anybody watched it, there was this. Of course, I think there is that challenge where you have to climb over the steep wall. That's what basically like the climbing of the banks of Monza is, basically. And of course, the banks were actually used most recently the WRC when they went to Monza. They actually used banking on one of the stages, which was lovely to see. And also, Grand Tour made a film about Monza's banks, and Jamie Clarkson got halfway up the banking before he nearly slid off and fell on his ass. Not the first time. Yeah, so Rafael Oliveira here is gonna finish up his lap here at the beautiful Monza circuit. Who is actually the title sponsor this weekend at Monza?
Oh god, let me just quickly look at the...
Should we just say it's Formula Studio Grand Prix? Monza powered by Formula Studio Grand Prix. There we go. Yep. That's the official title sponsor name. Surely it's Pirelli, right? I think this weekend is Pirelli.
I'm just going to look at the Formula 1 YouTube channel and look at the sideboards in the FP3 highlights.
By the way, speaking of highlights, Leclerc could pole position. And if he doesn't win tomorrow, there will be a raid at the Ferrari headquarters.
No, Ferrari are going to forget to install his rear wing. It's Armco is the title sponsor, it looks like.
Armco. Alright, Armco. The Armco Grand Prix powered by Formula Studio. Yeah, and it's great to be here again. But I think judging by the pace here in practice, I think like I thought, it's gonna be a 2-horse race, and third it's gonna be very intense between Nassim and Brandon Pierce. Brandon Pierce has had more More experience in them. Hello to Adam as well. I love to see a new face here in the race. So it's qualifying is about to get. It's live and it's go 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 for the quickest 8 minutes of your life here in this qualifying session here. It's so important that in these. I mean, really, in these sessions, this is a 40-second lap, you remember, so you can actually get like 15 laps of straight qualifying because the tires don't really wear that much. I mean, Hooters, which by the way, not like a NASCAR tire, but really good Formula Student tire, allegedly. If you know about Hoosiers and their NASCAR run, then you definitely watch the black slap shoes video on it. If you haven't, I'll definitely recommend him as a YouTuber if you want to get into NASCAR. But we want to get here into the Formula Student Grand Prix. Already starting a qualify lap while we're doing my run. Look at that! Already done one to go, and that's a spin. And that is that's the spin. The Spinala has already been introduced, and Alex, the only Ferrari on the grid, has pulled out as well. And Lozy starting a lap in the Magic Alonso livery. Kikis Grande Magic. As he goes through the chicanes. And I'm really 3D is hyping it. I'm very much in his animation already. I can probably tell. And he's doing an amazing job so far. And Lozy going for the tunnel now into Ascari. He's gonna take it flat in 5th gear. Jason took it flat in 6th gear. So maybe a little bit of a setup change made for the gears. I'm not sure if you can even tune gears in this car anymore. But anyway, going for parabolic and now 4th gear on the exit. What is Magic Alonso gonna do? What is his lap time gonna be? Is it gonna be pole? Oh, that was an out lap. Great stuff, timings.
Oh wow.
As Juan puts his second. The Spanish stallion puts in second place with 5 seconds off the pace of Goose, who I think already spotted his lap. So
the times seem quite off. So I'm not quite sure because
is
going past.
Remember that the track limits here are very harsh.
Okay.
They're very harsh. For the second chicane, you think you could have taken it perfectly? The game says qualify. We might be seeing some 5-second time penalties and black and white flags cutting. Jeff will be saying that's for you. Jeff will be saying to the drivers, the stewards are happy with your interpretation of track limits, and they've given us a AKA penalty. Oh, starts a spin on the braking from Adam. The driver who was very excited and looking forward to this broadcast was spun in P3 after his first qualifying lap. And he does rejoin the track very carefully, but he needs to pick up his revs, and that's what he does. Top man, as Jason Lalo, the man to see what he does here. Let's see what his lap time is gonna be. I think this will be his lap time. Yes, it is, and it's
38.3.
And that's the first competitive lap here of qualifying. 3 minutes to the session, and Jason has put his statement here that he's winning this no matter what. He's getting the championship. He's winning the championship. Whatever it takes, he will send it. Ayeta Senna TM. And as we go here on Jan Patolka, fellow I think Slovakian or Slovenian driver. Sorry for those people in the stream. And he seems to be taking it very slowly right now. Not as impressive as the Jason Collab, the Czech driver. Sorry, I offended 2 countries there. My bad. As Jan, but look at who was that sending him. That must be Jason, right? I think that might have been Jason or Phoenix.
Nope.
As Jason is starting a second lap, it's William Phoenix. There you go. Puts it in P2, and Juan, the Spanish stallion, puts it in P4. The Juan and only Juan. As we've got Alex Ferdinand, the Tifosi him outside the circle. Let's see what his lap time is gonna be. Alex Ferdinand, he's gonna put it for an out lap. Great stuff, live timings. And Lozy goes into 5th place in this. We're already more than halfway through the session. Actually, this shows you how quickly qualifying goes when you straight up when Venny speaking, at least how quickly the session goes by. And yeah, and it's us. We got Alex for the Fozia crying, and so is Brenda Pierce, the American driver, is crying, and Gus Van Dormelen, the man with the band, is in 3rd place. As Jason Mann of here on board with. Let's see what his lap time is. Look at that. Just look at 20. It's just a flick. It's just a flick. It's incredible. It's mind blowing. The drivers the drivers have evolved so much over this course. The chapter of Jason Mann of X is according now. Let's see what his lap time is gonna be. And it's gonna be 8:30. That was probably invalidated. Never mind. but look at Jason.
Ooh,
Oh, like he
he's
spins
stunned.
it at the turn 1 and turn 2 chicane at the start of the lap. By the way, that corner in turn 3 is gonna be worse than Syracuse on the open lobby. Gabriel Sanchuan spun off there as well as Fulvio Phoenix is approaching a car which has held him up, and he will be absolutely furious. As we've got Brandon Pierce, the American driver, Dakota Hurt, the wannabe. Actually, that's rude. I can't saying that. He is doing very, very good so far. Fifth gear for the corner, but Jason took it at 6. So Jason is more impressive in my opinion through that corner.
Jason was running quite low revs though. I noticed at least.
Yeah. Maybe 6 gear low revs is the goal to keep being more consistent for that corner, but it doesn't matter because Brandon Pierce is about to cross the line for his score lap, and that car nearly hit him there on the exit at pit lane. Whoever you are, that's a disgrace. Brandon Pierce is doing a very good job, and so is Rafael Oliveira, my favorite midfield driver, like I told you guys. Rafael Oliveira is my favorite midfield driver in the championship. I've never hidden it. Rafael Oliveira, Antonio Carrera is the best fight in the midfield the whole season. And now that's a spin right there from which car is it? That's Oliveira. What are you doing, mate? Come on, the Team 87 car. I assume that's what it's based on. He's doing Alex Darby track limits, mate. Alex Darby track limits.
This is our lap.
Hopefully it's an out lap because that would definitely be track limits.
Ooh.
Oh! What was that?
What is reverse?
He did a Sebastian Vettel from 2019 and he didn't rejoin the circuit like an idiot. Well, I would have guessed so. As Adam, the man who was excited to be on TV again, like I told you earlier, is in the grass of turn 1, and you should teleport to piss, mate. Don't worry about rejoining, I think. But there you go. You just hold up another driver. That was the black of Jason, wasn't it? Yeah, that was the black of Jason. So we'll be absolutely furious with that one. And yes, we got through Lesmo 1/5 gear. Just look, that's flat. Those corners are flat. How you have the balls to take the flat? I have no ideas as to how we can do that. So Alex Ferdinand is in front of him, and hopefully gets out of his way. He probably got a nice slipstream of him, to be fair, for a couple of well, it's 2 tenths, and there we go. Let's see now through the final corner. Now let's see. Is he gonna be an improvement? I don't think he will be, but no, it's not an improvement. But he will score from another call-up. As Guzman is actually 4th now. Brandon Pierce has actually improved, and Jason will have 1 shot with his current fuel load to set his final lap time. And look, 30 seconds really left of qualifying, and Jason will probably have 2 shots of qualifying if he hurries up. And this is looking absolutely sublime right now. This really is looking sublime. Jason Milanov, and I'm sorry that I'm not giving you much time to speak to them, but I'm just very excited. I'm just mind blown by how these drivers being so impressive to me right now. Will Jason cross the timing line?
Yep, just in time. He goes faster.
Just in time.
1/10 faster. Can he find more time though?
Ooh, that was a little bit of a slide. That might have lost him some time. As Gus Vidal finishes up his session, he didn't get that one. P4 for Gus, lacking. Only 2 tenths off 1 as well, and Losi as well, P6. There could be a good scrap for 3rd place, but Nassim is in the pits. Nassim never saw a lap time. Maybe he's going for the turn 1 Monza strategy where you don't even qualify. You just start from the back. Let's see if Jason will improve. Is it gonna be faster than 38? It's a 38.7. That slide I don't want to think really close. As Adam Kozlowski is now exceeding Parabolica. Is it gonna be the I have but let's see. Now if it is not, then we got Gabriel San Juan. I would have guessed probably from the Philippines in P10. Where is Gabriel San Juan from? I probably defend the Philippines as well. I'm defending every single country here today, aren't I? Gabriel, he's Spanish as well. So, kick is grande magic to you, my friend. And this is you agree for the race. Jason Milano, the keyboard warrior in P1. I've got Fulvio Phoenix in P2. You've got Brandon Pierce in P3. Incredible stuff from Gus Badola slacking off. The man who is more interested in playing guitar than actually doing practice. So that shows you where his passion for the championship is.
Looking at Jason's sectors, he actually only really found pace in that middle sector. The first and final sector was still a little bit off. So there was definitely still more time in that lap.
I mean, I don't even know what his optimal lap time would have been. Jesus Christ.
I
That would have been
think
disgusting.
in practice he set a 30.0 or 38.0.
Yeah, but don't press drive, remember?
Mhm.
But anyway, we're not gonna click drive here in the commentary box. We would be out in 5 seconds and would have ruined half the field. So that's why we're here in the commentary box with me, Van, because I can't drive, as many people know. But 30 seconds to the race, and I'm so excited for this season. I'm actually haven't looked forward so much into Formula Student. I haven't been looking forward to a race start as big as this, in my opinion. I think this race start could be crucial for the championship and the midfield battle. But anyway, it's time for the Armco Italian Grand Prix, followed by Formula Student Grand Prix and GPKS. We've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, 6 lights. And I'm never recording there, but we're good to go, we're good to go, we're good to go. In this live, we go into the racing here. We got Jason Ladovic to top 1, Phoenix the second, Brendan Pierce goes out to 4th, goes for double in 4th, goes Juan Gramage in P5 with Alonso in P6, and the order seems to be pretty similar. Olivier Rodriguez getting 2 positions here of the Nassim getting 3 positions, I think, of the start. This is absolutely incredible for the races, but there has to be the master crash. You don't want Jason goes ready by the second. A second gap to Julian Phoenix. This is incredible racing here. Incredible driving from Jason Bladov. This is very, very close. Look at how far Jason is already up the field. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely insane. And yeah, that's crazy. That this is the Jason has really put such a big gap. And here's your current order. Jason P1, Phoenix P2, PS4, Goose 4. We should probably show the live onboard. As the sim goes up for another position, we should probably show the live onboard of which drivers have gained the most positions. It's a Team 87 car. We got sim race 6604 here. Car by Juan Guamache. Let's see the position gains on that first lap. Let's see them really quick, if possible. And which person driver gained the most places? Nassim with 4 and Olivier in 1 position, actually. So not much of a change in the grid, which you would expect because it's Monza turn 1. But I guess people have to be civilized this time. And Nassim already up to 5 positions, which is probably a massive championship blow has occurred. That would be massive for the championship as one hits Gus van Dommelen. That is huge for the championship. I'm lost for words. The man who replaced Ketar modern sim races nowadays has oh, that's one off as well. That's one off at the Scari. Let's be careful if you rejoin, mate. But he's also sent to the back of the field. I don't believe in karma, but you just saw karma in real. You just saw karma right there. We need to clip that. We need to post it to the FSGP Shorts channel. And yeah, that is incredible. As Nassim runs wide. Oh, launch pad as well, that car. Up to P5. Alright, and let's focus on the Nassim's race a little bit. Look at how well he is doing right now. He's just with an incredible job so far, and it's incredible to see Nassim up to P5. Hopefully I don't rise, and hopefully he can keep up his work. It is absolutely incredible as of right now, as Nassim says he's first the best of this lap right now. Let's follow on board from the exterior camera to show you how fast these cars look. Absolutely. Oh, what happened? What just happened for Curva Grande? I'm not sure what happened. Oh, this is the barrier! This is the barrier! The commentator curse got struck again! What is going on? I'm not sure what happened for Curva Grande, but I can tell you that the Sim is absolutely furious right now. Livid with himself after that mistake. Because he knows he can't afford to do that if he actually wants to gain best of the rest in the Formula Studio Grand Prix Championship. But he is now behind Juan, the driver who spun out at Scari earlier. That is wow. I'm lost for words, man. No, Ethan, how would you comment on the Steam's accident there?
Sorry, I was just busy for a second. I did miss what happened. I'm sorry. As Phoenix is still quite close to Jason.
Yep, he's definitely very, very close, but this is, I mean, incredible racing, so I have to say. So many shocks, I'm already 7 laps into this race. I'm not sure how I'm gonna... With me talking like this, bringing the excitement here, Formula 0 Grand Prix here, as Antonio Carrera is up to P5 now, and my favorite midfield battle, Oliveira versus Carrera. I think this is more important than a championship.
The Tifosi are crying because I've just noticed the Ferrari of Alex Friendland. He is DNF'd from the race.
Why did you have to read the mood like that? That
Sorry.
is a big crying shame. That's Gabriel. Oh, he spins it on the tires there. And he looks to rejoin the circuit. Is he gonna leave the server? Has she not retired? Yep, he will be retiring. And that's... So the Tifosi have lost their favorite driver and they've lost the Spanish driver. That's Lozy.
Rafael Oliveira spun at turn 1.
Oliveira! What happened? I wish we could have seen what happened. Could have there been an involvement in a punt, maybe? Not too sure, but I can tell you right now that this battle is spicing up. One, the Spanish stallion versus Nassim, the man from Algeria. He's lucky to charge up and pass Juan Gramage. Juan Gramage defend that easily compared to Nassim. The man in P10 in the standings after such a high of last season, having to adapt to the new cars and just being involved in real life. Look, they're gonna go side by side here. Is the Sim gonna give him the Sim doesn't give him the barricade tree, but squeezing him. But I can tell you that was very, very good defensive driving from Juan, holding up the Sim ruler.
Very good from Juan there. Sort of just holding the inside line. And Nassim, I think there may have been a little mistake where he went a little bit too wide coming into turn 1 and couldn't quite get rotated for turn 2, but great racing from both of them.
Yeah, for sure, and this has been absolutely extortionate as of so far. I've got 10 laps in already, and it feels like it's been only 3 for me. Not sure about Ethan, but the 30-second lap time here, it's 39 seconds actually. 39 seconds, I think, roughly for a lap around here in race pace, so it's incredible how quickly this race will probably fly by for us. Yeah, it's great that, you know, but this, I should probably say these races are very, very physical in terms of, because remember, these are basically go-karts, just just modded that. These are basically modded go-karts, so, you know, the steering is very, very minimal as you can steering input angle, but they barely done 90 degrees.
Yeah, I think, as you were saying, I think field average is about... Oh, Jason's made a mistake! Jason has made a mistake!
Jason!
Was that a collision with the back marker maybe? Because the back marker was also slow. Is that a collision with the back marker there maybe?
I would have guessed so, but Jason's championship in the mud! Actually, I can't say he's in the mud because...
Brendan Pierce passes him as well.
And Brendan Pierce, the
Oh, there's
American
another
dream!
collision!
Oh, the steering check! They have
off!
crashed! They have crashed, ladies and gentlemen! What is going on? Like... The moment it gets bored.
Whoa!
Oh, it's a triple bubble.
4 cars.
It's
4 cars involved at turn 1.
It's a quad. It was what is that? Pierce, Jason, Padoka, and another driver was involved as well. Jesus Christ! What is the cinnamon toast fudge was that? Oh my goodness me! The Tifosi are crying. There are crashes everywhere. We need the red flag over here. This is absolutely just wow. I don't even know what happened. I'm trying to explain it to you, Cadillac, but I don't even.
I think it was,
I don't even know.
I think it may have been a mistake from Jan, or maybe a collision between Jan and a front runner, and then sort of just piled up after that. As Lozy is chasing down Raphael now.
This will be an interesting battle, I think. Raphael, after making his comeback in the Alpine, powered by Magic Alonso, kick is grande magic. He goes through very, very cleanly into the 1-2, mimicking the team's line. It's probably a good thing in the hindsight, but I'm going for the chicane. Look at that. Ooh, I felt like that little bit of a snap there with the camera angle. But yeah, but he ran wide for less Monza Davis track limits. But I don't think he cares really about track limits as the car 14. Look at that, just pam, pam, pam through the Scottish chicane, and this is just incredible to see on the onboard cameras. We got 11 drivers left out of the team that started the Italian Grand Prix. The only Tifosi car, Tifosi that were cheering on, have retired, unfortunately. That is a crying shame. We have to agree with that one. But yeah, it's lovely to see that these drivers having a very good scrap. But oh, Phoenix involved in the back marker. Phoenix involved in the back marker. As the seat passes Antonio Carrera, but Phoenix was definitely involved in the incident with the back marker, I think. I think the gap may. I think.
Whoa! Lozzie flying there!
And he still kept it going! Oh my god!
Oh my lord! Lozzie was flying!
In the movie, I forgot which movie it was. What the remember the drive on that bridge right there? But Lozzie is the victim of us. Nassim goes up to P5 and Quadramash up to P5.
Why is Jan slowing on the main straight?
I don't understand what's going on, but Jan needs to get out of the way, honestly. He's wreaking havoc here in this race, and it's absolutely disgraceful that
Phoenix is quite close to the back of that back marker there. Hopefully he'll slow down and let him through.
As we go through Parabolica there, but he does get the job done, and he's already approaching lapping Juanas. As we got 15 laps into this race, are we? Well, that's 17. Oh,
10
we missed out. I missed out my quote. Oh, did I? 27 divided by 2 is 13.5. So we did miss out on saying with half the race left to go. There's half the race left to go. Sorry that I forgot my signature line. I'm sorry to all the 4 viewers of the stream, but yeah, it's looking very good out there at the front, isn't it?
It seems to be the turn 1 is where lots of drivers are struggling, actually, because we're seeing a lot of spins from not only lower drivers but also some of the drivers quite high up the grid are still struggling with turn 1 to keep traction on the exit.
Yeah, and it's definitely very interesting to see that how that plays an effect into the race right here, and yeah. As we should probably get back to the action as we stop rambling, and
Juan and Juan and Nissan are side by side.
Yes, Nissan is side by side. I can clearly see there's Nissan. I wish I could see a better view of the circuit right now. But fortunately that's where camera booths are placed, commentary boxes are placed, so can't do anything much about it. And yeah, it's looking very good out there right now, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, with lap 19
now.
Lozzie off again. Lozzie off again.
Nissan is.
Nassim was. But he's stuck. He's
gone wide in the floor. I think that is.
He's stuck on the banking.
Yeah, you can see the floor is underneath the ground. He's beached the car underneath the dirt.
Oh my god.
So I think, unless he finds a way to get that out of there, I think that's it for Nassim's race.
I can't believe that.
Yeah,
Nassim has been so unlucky this whole championship. Goose passes Brenda Pierce for 4th, and there he got Nassim's retirement. I'm sure he's absolutely furious. If you're in the paddock, please don't go hunting for him right now. I'm sure he wants privacy. And yeah, that's incredible. I was being on lap 21 out of 27, and I can't even explain it. I can't even explain the scene because the banking screwed him over there. And like the banking screwed him over. That's just what happened there. As Brendan Pierce, he's still in P4, and Goose will claim his third place, but Jason unfortunately will not get the front. And yeah, that would be very much. But I shouldn't jinx everything to be on to. Yeah.
As the gap between Goose van Dormelen and Brendan Pierce is closing.
Yeah, it is indeed closing here with Brenda Pierce, and
He was about 5/10 faster on that lap alone.
yeah, so Brandon, I think he's got P4 secured, but we're already on lap 22. Like I told you, this race will go by so fast.
23 now. Phoenix is
23,
just crossed
yeah.
the line. Oh my.
Oh, crash! Parabolica! And Adam, what is going on? The Losey involved as well, spinning for the second.
Losey spun at a different point on the track, but
why is the driver spinning so much? Just Rafael is like the leader. Oh, somebody cut the corner there.
Brendan Pierce. Brendan Pierce trying to avoid.
Brendan Pierce cutting the corner. I'm sure he will get away with it from the steering. That was very scary right there. Losey hasn't had the best of races here today, even though I've hyped him up so much. I've said Magic Alonso, Kekes Grande Magic, you know, all of the really 3D quotes that F1 Twitter loves, I'm sure. And yeah, I think Adam's race is over because he's in the pits, but I think and watch the Grand Prix.
He's out of the pits now.
Oh, look at Losey, how wide he ran through Lesmo 1. Disgraceful. Yeah, we got 3 laps left to go now. But it's looking like a victory for Fulvio Phoenix with a 5-second gap. Or is it 6 seconds? Is it 5 or 6?
8 seconds.
8. See, that's what happens when you get your stream from Zimbabwe. But yeah, 2 laps left to go now. Of the Aramco Italian Grand Prix, sponsored, powered by Formula Studio Grand Prix and GPK. And Fulvio Phoenix is catching up to the back marker. He's very careful this time of passing them, as Jan Patoka, I think, should really get disqualified from the whole championship after today's performances. So does Adam. They shouldn't be granted the super license, I'm sure of it. As Rafael Oliveira is up to P7, and Juan Gramash is up to P6, but he lets the fast driver through of Brendan Pierce. So Brendan Pierce has lapped Juan Gramash. That's P4 has lapped P6. That shows you how like split the field has been. But there has been still some excellent fights.
The positions gained now, and the biggest gainer is probably Antonio Correa, gaining only 2 positions this race, which for a Formula Student Grand Prix where we would normally see quite dramatic position changes, there's been great racing, but there hasn't actually been that many position changes. Yeah,
for sure, and it's lovely that you know we're you know in this race still, and we're still looking after this race, and yeah, it's great. And as the leader starts the final lap now, Fulvio Phoenix starts the final lap of this series, and yes, Fulvio Phoenix right now, Plasma 2 ready to go into the Scar chicane. Just let's see if it's gonna take a flap. It's not even a question, just flick, and heading into Parabolica now, or what was it, Alboreto now? Alboreto, and he exits to win the Italian Grand Prix around Monza. Congratulations to the driver from Uganda. Jason seriously claimed his P2, and I'm sure he's absolutely furious with how he's raced on now, as Goose van Dormelen now heads towards Alboreto, and he is gonna finish in P3, claim his podium position. So good on him, as Brendan Pierce, the American driver, in P4, and Antonio Carrera in P5. Very good result for Juan Gramash P6, Oliveira in P7, Losey in P8, Kozlowski P9, Patoka in P10, and the DNFs have been Simula, Sanjun, and the only Tifosi, the only driver spotted by the Tifosi this weekend, Alex Ferdinand. Yeah, that has been the Italian Grand Prix, followed by GPK and FSGP.
As we go to look at the championship standings before this race, now after this race, Phoenix would have extended his lead on Jason, but Jason would have also extended his lead on Goose.
Yeah, so it's been looking, the championship is still very spicy, don't get me wrong though. championship is still very, very spicy.
Still very close. There's only about what 20. There'd be just over 20 points now between first and second, and then still only about 10 between second and third.
Yeah, it's definitely looking very, very lovely, and yeah, it's looking great right now for sure. And drivers will definitely be very, very looking forward to the yeah to the standings being updated so the drivers can see. But remember, there could be some penalty points applied, which could result in race bans. So maybe we see some of the bike markers getting banned after
Yeah.
today's race, and yeah. Also, I think they have been updated. There we go. So Phoenix, the first driver to hit the 300-point mark. Jason on 282 and 8. So yeah.
As I quickly work on updating them for stream. Then, if you would like to also go into the interview quickly, interview area.
Yep. Let's go.
Wait, thanks. I accidentally went too early. Sorry.
Yep.
As we go to.
By the way, Ethan, can we switch to overlay so we can present the so we can start the interviews? But I can tell you guys right now that we have somebody that's joining us. That'll be the driver in P2 of Jason Milanov. Hello, mate.
Yo, what's up?
So, Jason should have been the race victory. Pole position, fastest in practice. P2. What exactly happened?
Well, a complete idiot back marker killed me. That's it.
Yeah, that's just what your excuse is, I assume. I mean, but that's not an excuse. What am I saying? Sorry, just ignore me for that. But apart from that, how did you feel in the car? Was it good? Was it bad? Or just how did you feel in the car this weekend?
It felt quite bad actually with the uh, wind blowing at your back in turn one. Really difficult to stop the car in T1. I had I had a hard time doing it, so I think that's where Phoenix actually was closing up on me. Otherwise, I think I was clear of him. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's completely understandable. And of course, Jason, this could have been a chance to extend your points lead, but unfortunately, your arch rival has gained 7 points on you. Do you feel like this will play a huge factor in the championship later on? Or do you still think I've got this in the bag?
I mean, it's not every race that counts actually. I think that kind of makes it a bit more like not fun, or I don't know, but I don't think it will be that bad considering that it's only I think 70 of your best results are counted. So I won't think of it that much, but I definitely feel bad at it. That was a very possible win for me. I think I had it.
Yeah, I completely understand that. Well, Jason, next Grand Prix, I believe, will be Singapore, a track which I haven't seen since 2019, I believe. Are you looking forward to Singapore and the new? That's going to be a new GPK library track as well. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, definitely. I think I didn't have that much margin because there were like no corners when you gain that much time. I mean, most of the lap was like flat. I mean, only two corners were like braking. Otherwise, it was so flat. Like T1 and the Parabolica was just brake a little bit.
Gotcha. Well,
So yeah, expect big gaps there. I hope.
yep, and of course, our favorite question of the interview segment: who was your driver of the day? Without saying yourself.
I mean, I don't have much idea where whoever like finished where, so I would just say Goose because he was like still in the podium, I think, even though he didn't have that much practice, if any actually. So kudos to him.
Gotcha. As I will give to Jason the little bit of the rock wink, and I'll be saying sayonara to you, Jason. Thank you for joining us here in the commentary booth, and it's been a pleasure. And I hope that you continue to win these races in Formula
Thank
Student Grand
you.
Prix.
Glad to see you back as well.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. See ya.
See ya. Sayonara to you, Jason. And we're going to interview the next driver here. We're going to interview a man who has come back from Formula Student Series, and of course raced today in the Kekes Grande Magic Alpine of Magic Alonso. Lozy, hello, mate.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking, Lozy. So, Lozy, the race didn't go to plan, did it? Let's be fair. What happened?
Firstly, it was my first race like in 2 months, and well, yeah, this car I'm really struggling with it because the DRS thing I don't really get it sometimes because I activate it and maybe I get some snap in the car or I don't know, and the DRS deactivates again, and I'm really struggling with the DRS, and I hope the next year with the new car I will get back in form.
Well, Lozy, of course, this has been your long-awaited return, at least for me. How does it feel again to be back with the circuit after a 2-month break?
It feels really bad because I don't know. Back when I was racing back then, like 2 months ago, I was at least getting like fifth places or six or maybe some fourth places for fourth position. But this time I'm just like I don't know, eighth, nine, and I think I'm not driving so bad, but sometimes like I get, I don't know, pushed by someone that in this race, for example, two guys in the front, like they collided, and then I collided with them, and that's why I was saying in the chat that I paid for others' mistakes this race.
All right, Lucy, who was your driver today without saying yourself?
Well, I wasn't. I was driving my race. I mean, I was really focused on trying not to mess the leader's race. So, but I think the driver of the day was Jason for me because at the beginning of the race, I think he was like leading with very good pace, but then a back marker made them collide with Phoenix too, and then there Jason lost the lead, so then he couldn't do anything. But I think it's Jason for me.
All right. Well, like I said earlier, Singapore is coming up next, I do believe. Are you going to be racing there? Are you looking forward to seeing Singapore being done into a GPK track? And are you excited for it very much, be coming back to the beautiful... Well, it's more of an island, but it's classified as a country. I see classified as an island, in my opinion. But Singapore, I'm looking forward to Singapore and visiting there.
Yes, it's a track I never raced in actually, so it's always a very nice challenge to race in new tracks.
Well, Plosy, thank you for being one of the few Spanish men to join us here today on the grid, and hopefully Kike's Grande Magic can pull it for tomorrow. Hopefully he can pull it out of the back. All right,
Yeah.
see you, Nara, Lucy.
See you. Bye.
Adios.
Adios.
And yeah, so we're gonna interview our third driver, the sensation from America in this Formula Student Grand Prix Championship. And that is Brendan Pierce, a man who came out of nowhere and seems to dominate the midfield. Hello, mate.
Hello.
How are we feeling after the race? I think you got maxed out of the car. Unfortunately, you could have got a P3 for a Goose, but still P4 is a very solid result. How do you review the race for yourself?
Yeah, I think I had that P3 pretty good. Goose seemed to be lapping faster than me most of the race, and then I just made one stupid mistake at the first chicane and that ruined it for me. Couldn't catch back up, and then there were a few back marker incidents at like turn 1 where I had to cut the corner once, and it was a kind of a mess. But yeah, it's really easy to make mistakes here. The curbs are mean.
Yep, I do completely understand that. But so the next question I have for you, Brandon, is because I don't think we've ever interviewed you before. Maybe once before, but it's good to get a new update, of course. maybe last time commentator, I can't really remember, but just like, how does it feel to be like really all American on the grid? Do you feel like you have like your country on your shoulders, the pressure of them, or you just kind of chill about it and it's just like,
I don't know. It's all right. I mean, I think isn't Kane from America? I thought he's still from the U.S. too, but yeah, I don't know. Being a U.S. guy towards the top is pretty cool, I guess. I don't know.
But yeah, so Brandon, the Monza circuit proved to be a very big challenge for the drivers. You seem to come out on top in the midfield, though. Do you think by the end of the season you might secure the title in the upper midfield, or do you think you might get a little bit unlucky and slump down?
I feel like looking at the points, I could get to 4th, but no better than that. Obviously, not enough time, and there's not enough speed in my hands. But yeah, I think that's kind of a goal that I can shoot for. But I don't know. It depends on who shows up to the races.
All right. And Brendan, who was your driver today without saying yourself?
Oh man. I'll give it to Goose because he was more consistent than me, and I would have beat him if I wasn't making mistakes.
Well, Brendan, also one more question before we go. Since you're an American driver yourself, would you love to see maybe Formula Student come back to the Indy circuit that they have done for a potential one-off race as a non-championship race? And will you be looking forward to that race if it were to happen?
What race? I'm sorry?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I have raced a bit on the GPK track, and it's a pretty fun track to race.
Would you love to see maybe as a non-championship race in the near future?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right. Well, thank you, Brandon, for the interview. I love that you stopped by us and gave us an interview. Thank you very much, and see ya, dude.
All right, see ya.
And that was it, wasn't it, ladies and gents? 3 drivers interviewed. Some of them were happy, some of them were a little bit sad, annoyed, pissed, whatever you want to call it. They showed a lot of emotion though, which is what matters in the championship. Ethan, sadly, I think it's time to wrap up. I really enjoyed my time here, but it's time to wrap up, I think, after today.
Yes. Well, then, who would you say is your driver of the day?
The banking. Beach Nassim. Real talk for me, my driver today, I would have to give it to... it's so tough because I want to give it to Olivier because he got that P5, that would be extra risk for him. But at the same time, he did kind of fluke it. But, you know what, actually... Just because of how well he was doing up until he encountered Juan, I'm going to give it to Nassim. Nassim came through the field very, very quickly, looked like he was on a podium charge. Then he encountered Juan, then they crashed. Then the bike said, for you, and he sadly retired. But honestly, I would have to give it to him, even though he retired. I'm sorry, but he was the most impressive driver for me out there on the circuit.
I think I understand it's like typical because he won the race, but I would probably give it to Phoenix because even before Jason encountered the back markers, I think Phoenix was still slightly catching him.
Yeah, I think so too, but at the same time, Jason on lap 1 broke a 1 second gap. Do you understand how hard that is to do? It's just...
Yeah, especially in these sort of very similar spec cars.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, should we wrap things up? I think we should, right?
Yes.
So, this has been me, Ven. This has been Ethan. Thank you for joining us for this broadcast. It's good to be back. This time with a face cam, actually. The new feature. You'll be able to see my lovely face. Hidden by my sunglasses, thankfully, so you can't use it as a catfish profile picture. But yeah, thank you guys for joining very, very much, and I hope we can see each other in 2 weeks' time.
2
for
weeks time in Singapore.
Yeah, 2 weeks' time for Singapore, a circuit which I actually can't wait for. I might actually do the Grand Prix myself because I love Singapore so much. But thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. This has been Van, my fellow colleague Ethan.
Yep, hello, goodbye.
And goodbye.
Goodbye.